Hello everyone, welcome to some more Elden Ring PvP. Um, Here we're starting off with my uh, Faith Melee-Caster build. Again, just re-equipping a little bit because of the rain as we find a solo Taunter's Tongue host. Um, this fight is just awesome. You don't have to duel every invader that you meet, but whenever you get into a good fight like this, it just feels really good. And they're using a pretty interesting build. They're doing a Ultra Greatsword one-handed and a Curved Greatsword offhand. And they're doing a Frost magic Frost build. And yeah, it's really powerful, especially with the Swift Glintstone Shard, just as a ranged projectile. And like magic is really strong. Look at that mix up with Golden Slam. Pop the bubble to you, and yeah. Unexpected Ashes of War, just from like the hyper armor changes and everything, are really powerful. And although I think I was just one hit away from that, and that was just an amazing fight that I wanted to include. Now here, I skipped some, basically projectile dodging, because as you can see, this Phantom here has the jar cannon and the fingerprint shield, so it was kind of boring. I had a couple alabaster lords close through a wall, but here I'm being very sneaky. My Although it looks like I'm just kind of trying to beat them up with a warped axe, my real plan is I have a Misericord with kick, and what's funny is they don't realize it, so they still shield poke with their blood and spur, and it feels so good to kick a great shield and get a crit like that, especially if they're using an arcane and spur. Like overall, this is an honest crew. Can't complain about that. They're just doing some honest Elfale co-op, getting through the Halig tree. Like I said, no complaints. Just shield poking. Felt bad before things like kick got buffed and guard breaks were easier, but now also with the crit damage buff on like guard breaks and riposts, it feels so good to just to bust open a shield like that and stab them in the gut. Now these guys also have shields, and Stormcaller is really good right now. Unfortunately, I miss, and he also stays up. And well, from the hyper armor, I just get blended from the weapon art and lightning bolt. But I got the fingerprint shield one. Now, what's funny is I can't tell if they're bowing to me or each other because the Phantom then points down afterwards. So I'm wondering if he's trying to direct, being like, "All right, we gotta like go that way," which is just really funny because like I thought it was a good fair invasion. So I'll just take it as he was trying to direct the host. Here I gotta defend the Frog Boys against someone wearing the wizard hat, and I can't tell if I'd seen it just yet, but the Phantom has a great shield and blasphemous blade. So here I have carry and retaliation, mostly just to see if I can get basically just eat one of their spells, and also just the defensive bonus so I don't get chipped. Yeah, because here I'm going. Except this guy is using his shield more sparingly. Granted, you can't crouch poke with a great sword. However, especially with the new hyper armor changes in Elfale, that person with the Ansbro, as soon as they saw that I started kicking, what they should have done is just two hand their thrusting sword and just like go ham on R1, not try and poke, because um, although daggers are really fast, like they outrange, but I was able to stand back far enough and just kick the shield open. And that is, I believe it's at Azur's set, so I'm just like, and also Great Bow. So here I'm thinking, I just gotta end this quickly. Um, Usually, I don't like to try and abuse lightning on liquids, in this case the Blood Lake, but I know that I'm gonna have to do something real quick because these guys will all hit like trucks. And I guess the other thing is too of Comet can take out half your health and has insane tracking and range. This, I'm doing about 400 damage. These guys don't have a ton of vigor, like I'm at rune level 150. They're just, even for like PvE, I recommend having like at least 50 plus vigor. You've got the levels that you can just use all of the stuff for your build. Like unless you're doing like a joke of level everything evenly, like you've got enough points to have some extra health so you don't get one shot, because these Albinarics, even if you have like the soft cap of like 60 vigor, can still blend you with blood loss. So I don't feel super bad, especially because I'm not abusing like double gravelstone seal crazy buffs. It's just like, yes, if you're not paying attention, I'm going to do 400 damage to you. Anyway, very dangerous squad, but just honest squad. I like fighting on honest dudes, even if there are hunters, and the setups that they're using are a little annoying. But GG guys, like just honest invasions where I can like backpedal into PvE is just, it's fun. It's where the chaos is. And here, I just got out a little bit of walking and re-equipping as I find two more honest dudes, and the because usually around in this area, because there's not very many PvE mobs, I'm wary of ganks. However, these guys just look like they're playing the game, and again, I want to emphasize, like, invaders just want good fights. It doesn't matter what your build is, and we appreciate being acknowledged. Like this guy waving, great. His phantom being sneaky to try and ambush me from a flank, don't care. I'm like totally fair. I'm coming here to ruin your day. Well, not really ruin your day, but I'm here to add some extra challenge while you're playing with your friend, because two people can very much abuse the AI and enemies. And I love this guy's attempts to flank. Unfortunately, I am just very experienced and good at free aiming, and the stun, I don't know if Sword Dance comboed like that before, but I love it now that once I catch one of the two, that I'm able to follow up and do that with the scythe. That is, love it. I don't think it's too overpowered or anything, it's just really strong that I can catch him with the follow up. So good attempts at flanking, Phantom guy. And like here, he just like ran back. I think he might have rebuffed, maybe healed a little bit. Like totally fine. Love it. Just, it's a good fight, guys. Yeah, there's just so much cool stuff going on in this patch with the hyper armor changes. There are some overpowered things, but yeah, well, we changed builds, so might as well get into it. So this is a quality arcane build, and here, because I like poison, is just an attention getter. I like now. Again, I'm very wary because I don't know whether or not this is a gank, whether a guy just looking for a fight, especially when there's a blue summon, and it's like, all right, gotta be careful. So this is a quality arcane build, and rather than focus on bleed, because that's kind of just unfun and feels bad, and also I feel like it's kind of a little bit easier, I want to poison people with big swords, because I want them to panic and mess up and take advantage of that, because that's just more fun to me of like just taking advantage and control of a situation. And as you can see, I have stamp sweep on this because uh, I've just been trying it out and it's fun. Now, not knowing whether this guy's doing a fight club, I try and be like, "Hey, Hunter, I'm gonna fight you with your great shield first." But now they kind of both go after my poor co-invader, who I think, yeah, he gets blended. At first, I thought I might have accidentally hit him with the Zweihander, but no, he just got blended by the host and the hunter, and I just came in from the back and just hit them both with a giant sword. Now, Black Flame Ritual is a very nice spell, and there are a lot of times where you can trip someone up by it. However, by being patient and cautious, this poor host is just wasting his FP because he's doing it assuming that I'm going to run in, and I just stand back and I'm just like, all right, you want to keep casting that? I'll let you cast that, and I'll wait. And now here I'm just like, okay, I know what you're doing. You're going to keep casting that. So I have Stormblade on these power stance Lord Sword and Straight Sword. So when he casts, I can punish. I think as I was going to put in the title, mix-ups are really strong. Even if it's just like a little hard swap to just change up what you're doing to how to fight, like taking control of the pace is how you can get a huge advantage, and that'll come up in some of the next duels that I'm seeing. And here, poor guy is just getting chased down by a dog. Yeah, probably some bad manners and grace goblining, but I had fun, so he could have a bow, and he did just get eaten by a giant dog. So, uh, well, welcome to following people. Now here, I come in on a fight club, and again, like I want to highlight like the positives of if you want to run a fight club, like this is good example stuff. Like host is standing back, very clearly not involved, like he's watching. Everybody's waving, acknowledging each other, and just being like, yeah, we're here to fight. There's not like everything is just like staying above board. Everyone's waiting until the other person's ready. Minimal buffs. I prefer like we're kind of just like following the same thing of like flasks and grabbing their stamp sweep, although it didn't necessarily hit because it hits twice, and I'm using a colossal with really good poison buildup because I think I have like around 50 arcane on this build. It is I can usually poison pretty easily. I'm pretty easily off of that. And you can actually duck heavy thrusting swords apparently, which is pretty cool. And now here I just do, I think it's here, one of these next hits. Yep, I just change over to Bloodhound Claws because he's already poisoned. So now I have a really fast attack to come up and follow through with. And one of the things that I really appreciated about the host is the host moved out of the way when the blue accidentally got close to him, because yeah, I can hit the host, and I don't want to accidentally hit the host. So the host moving out of the way is, if you're hosting one, please do that for the invaders, because we generally don't want to accidentally hit you if we're doing an honest fight. Now this guy is using a Crag Blade thrusting sword, which is really strong, and I think off the damage procs it sounds like it is a lightning. But thanks to the hyper armor, I can actually follow through and do some stuff. And I think, and although the parry attempts were pretty good, I'm pretty sure you can't parry a two-handed ultra. So good attempts, friend. Good fight. Yeah. And here, the host has a very powerful setup, probably just for cleaning up anybody that is not following the fight club with the power lances. Um, however, and this has happened a few times during Elden Ring PvP for me. The host changes over to his Y-hander because I'm using his Y-hander. So we're just gonna have a great time with a big sword fight. And again, like even just small soft swap mix-ups to like a fast weapon to just like change the pace and the dodging rhythm can be really powerful. And here, like the stamp sweep change rather than the rolling attack, because the rolling attacks on ultras or on ultra great swords is really good because I think it's like the pre-nerf crouch poke speed. Um, yeah, it's really fast. Yeah, and here I'm trying to take advantage of the boluses, but this host is very competent, knows what's going on, is patient about dodging. Here I try and go for the Bloodhound Claws, but he gets it. Now here I have a very powerful mix-up coming of he predicted the roll attack, and I just followed up with another R2. So both of us were just, yeah, that was an awesome fight with a lot of good mix-ups. Um, yeah, and that's the fights that I have for today. Thank you, everybody. I'm working on a new project, so catch some Fire Emblem, and I'll catch you in the next one. Have a great day, and see you in the next video.